once you get used to it, even, on the weekends, I'm still, as much as I hate it, Saturday rolls around and I'm up at 6 o'clock, right? Um, you want to also, guys, be able to set boundaries for your home and for your business, right? When you're working, but also when you're spending time with your family, your loved ones, you want to make sure that you're able to separate the two, right? And guys, I'm human, so I still sometimes struggle with this. My husband has to tell me, like, okay, we're eating dinner, like, put the phone down, so you want to make sure that you're separating the two. And especially, when it comes to the business, guys, like, that when you're working, you are truly working. You're working with intention, especially for those of you that can't show up to the, that are, whether it's far, you're in another state, you're not local to the office. You want to make sure that you're working with intention, that, yeah, I'm home, that I'm not getting distracted, whether it's with doing stuff or getting caught up with doing stuff around the house, watching TV, playing with the kids. My kids know when that door's closed to my room, I'm on a call, figure it out. There's food already made, serve it, right? You guys, can find me later. So another thing, guys, right, is following a schedule, but actually, like, implementing it. You can fill up your calendar, right? You can fill up your calendar with wake up at 6 o'clock, but you're waking up at 7. You can say, hey, I'm making calls or doing back office from 8:30 to 9, but are you actually doing it? So make sure that when you set up that schedule, that you're actually following through with that schedule. Okay. Pre-plan as much as possible, guys. Like I said, whether it's that you have kids or you have other businesses, make sure that you're pre-planning, whether it be, what you're gonna eat for lunch. Leighton says this all the time. Leighton knows what he's gonna eat already way before lunchtime, even happens. So that sorry guys, that threw me off the echo. So that you're not spending time, right, that you can be working, doing calls, with things like that. Okay. Going over your schedule for the next day, guys, that's super important too. I know what I have set up the night before. I already know, okay, I have orientations at this time I have an interview. Also, scheduling, like, us ladies, pick out the outfit the day before. That's so is you don't want to be standing in the closet for 30 minutes trying to figure out, you meant to, what you want to wear. So pre-plan as much as you can. Okay. Also, invest in anything that's going to make your home and business life easier, guys, right? It can be something as simple as ordering your groceries online so you don't have to step out the house. For me, I'm a mom. I have my little robot vacuum that I turn on during the day so that I don't find myself stopping to take care of the house while I'm working. Whether it be an app like Notability that we all know that makes our life easier, your iPad, whatever it is, make sure that you're investing in your business. Um, Also set alarms for everything, right? I have alarms for everything. If I know I have a meeting with my kids' parents, an alarm's going off on my phone. When it's time to pick them up, right? I know, so that I don't run over on an appointment. It's time to pick them up in the afternoon. My alarm's getting off. I have to go and pick up the kids. So make sure that you're setting alarms, for everything. Okay. Again, for those of you that have kids, train your kids, right? My kids, like I said, they know if I have 3 in total. The middle one knows if my daughter needs something and the door is closed, figure it out, help your sister. If the door's closed, and they hear the dogs barking, they put the dogs away. If dad's calling, they know to pick up the phone. I can't talk right now. So make sure that you train your kids. They're your little helpers. And kids like to be involved in things. Assign them roles. So when I'm on a call, I'll literally tell, like, my son, hey, you're in charge right now. While I'm in here, you're in charge. Make sure that you're helping everyone out. Involving anybody, everybody in your business, whether it's your spouse, your husband, wife, girlfriend, boyfriend, kids, whatever. Make sure that they're involved in the business, that they know what's going on. Okay. And also remind them where you're working towards. It's so funny because my kids love, they love the fact that You know, you parents, you can buy them whatever they want, right, when they want. So my kids will actually, when I get out of my room, my sister, I'm sorry, my daughter will ask me, "Mommy, did you make any money?" Because she's so used to, like, when we close, we make money. So my kids will ask me that, "Mommy, did you make money?" So you want to remind them what you're working towards, you know. Hey, I'm on the call because mommy's trying to make money for your Robux, right? For your LOLs, for whatever it is that you want. Okay. Um, and always praise them for their help. Always praise them for their help. I always remind them, as soon as I walk out the door, right, and it's back to them, I always say, "Hey, thank you so much for behaving. Thank you so much, for keeping your sister occupied. Thank you so much for setting her up with her lunch." So you want to make sure that you praise them. Okay. So I also want to talk a little bit, guys, about team culture. Okay. Team culture is so important, right? Now, so we know that, right? Everyone together, everyone achieves more, for sure. So you want to make sure, guys, that we are always respecting each other under any circumstances. Like, there's no room here for disrespect, right? At all. Okay. You want to make sure that no matter, we don't always like, whether it's our upline or our downline, we might not always like what they have to say, but always we want to keep that boundary of respect. Okay. Being able to, we're all adults, right, guys? So being able to problem solve without confrontation, just talking it out, and then letting it go. Okay, now back to the money. um I think, definitely, us as leaders, we have to be, of course, like we say, the loudest people in our downline's ear. That's who we should be spending the most time with. Make sure that you're spending time with your people. Um Also, right, as leaders, we want to be resourceful. So one thing that I always look up to Edward and Leighton is this: I can text them, and within a second, whether they're on a call or what, "Hey champ, what's up?" If I need something, if I need, if I'm asking Lane, "Oh hey," or Edward, "Hey, what are, I lost the benefit page," or who has the script in Spanish, boom, within minutes they're sending it to me. So you want to make sure that, remember that this is a duplicating business. So you want to be a resourceful leader as well. When my people hit me up, you want to go ahead and answer as quickly as possible, and be able to help them. So also, you want to build an individual relationship, with each one of your people. So find similarities. How is it that you can connect, with, each individual person on your team, right? um you want to also build a relationship outside of business, guys, because no matter whatever business you're in, nobody wants somebody that every time you talk to them, it's business, 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 business. You want that, we're people, guys. This is a people business. Treat people like a person, not like a number. Ask them how they're doing, right? So you want to also keep a constant, right, communication with the people that allow you to. And that, the people that allow you to, of course, that's like a super important part of it, right? Because we all know there's people, I will text you, right, 3, 4, 5 times, but if I don't get a response, okay, next. But the people that do want it, the people that do show up, the people that do want your coaching, you want to make sure that you're pouring into them the most, for sure. you know you also want to know where your people are at, right? So as a leader, if I have someone, my girl Jessica Q, she's killing it. I'm so proud of her. I know that she's one recruit away from her district leader promotion that she's probably going to get today. I know she's going to hit it. But you want to know exactly where your people are at, that when it comes to their promotions and what they're fighting for. Why? Of course, because imagine, right, you as a coach, and they want something so bad, right? They're fighting for it so bad, and not knowing where they are. What does that reflect you as a leader? What does that show? Does it show, like, or do you really care about your people, right? You always want to be a cheerleader, right? So you want to be a cheerleader, give your comments. You want to be you should be your people's biggest hype man. You should be the one that's hyping them up the most. Help your team generate activity. Remember, none of us came into the business knowing what to do. So, like yesterday, I had a call with one of my other girls, right? My other Jessica, and I was telling her, "Hey, have you talked to your friends, to your son's friends' parents. Hey, have you talked to, your nail tech? Like give tips, help them out, coach them to get the results that you got, right? As a leader. We don't have any secrets at all, right? If something works for me, I'm gonna let my team know so they can know, right? I remember one time one of my girls, Natalie, had like this great idea of doing something with online with through social media. And immediately when she thought about it, she dropped it in the chat. There's no reason to be a secret agent, right? There's enough to go around for everybody. So make sure that you're sharing it, right, with your team, with everybody. Now, with helping to keep people, generate activity, we do something right after our emergency calls. We always do an activity blitz. I will send my girls exactly what I send out with, the caption and everything. Hey, send it to X amount of people, right? And be specific. Okay, hey, make sure you send out this message to 30 people. Make sure that you're sending this and you're texting it this way. Literally copy and paste, and always focus on your team winning together, right, guys? Because we know that, if Natalie wins, I win. If my girl Jess wins, I win. So you want to focus on always pushing your people up, because if they hit their goals, we hit them all together as a team. Okay. Now, so I just saw this and I thought it was so true. So a boss mentality is someone that wants to make sure that we are all in the best position that we could all ever be in, and that is so true, right? So also, guys, I want to end it with this, just remembering why you started. Why did you submit your IBA? Okay. And everyone is different. For some of you, it might be, I just wanted to make some part-time income. For some of you, it might have been the money. For me, myself, it was for freedom. It was for time. I know that time is something that you can never get back. It's super valuable for me, right? The fact that I can be home and do this business, and be with my kids, right? That even, okay, yeah, I might be in on appointments, for a couple hours during the day, but I'm not in an office, 20 miles away from my house, driving an hour back, commuting. I'm here with them. I can make meals. I can pick them up from school. I could drop them off. I can go, volunteer at school, go to field trips, and still come home and kill it in the business. Okay. So just knowing your purpose, right? When I started, right, Ari was the one that brought me into the business, right? But once I saw the culture and I saw the Ortizes, right, I was just like, oh my God, like that is so beautiful. What a blessing to be able to create something, right, with your family, right, and leave it for right. You have Ed and Yvonne, then you have Jason and Eric, and you have their kids coming up, that will take over the business. So it's definitely inspiring, right? So that's all I have, right, guys, for today. But I want to go ahead and pass it back to Arabelle. So if you guys don't know, right, I've known Arabelle since I was 14 years old. We knew each other actually from New York, right? We grew up together in Queens. And she is my sister in life and also in business. She's so truly amazing. She is so exciting, soon to be Legacy's first lady, RVP. I'm so excited. I'm so hyped. And Arabelle, go ahead. I know you're gonna kill it, girl.
Let's go, Ari. Let's go.
Okay, thank you so much. Didn't Amanda kill it, you guys? Awesome. Do you guys see us? Okay, awesome, perfect. All right, I'm gonna go ahead, let me see. All right, perfect. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna share my screen, you guys. Man, she absolutely killed it, with a beautiful family, you guys. And look, one thing I would say, you guys, is that, Amanda didn't say yes to me the first time, you guys. Okay, she actually told me she wanted to join like 2 times, so I'll get back to you, right? And guys, the money's in the follow-up. Because I knew that, I'm like, man, she's a part-timer like me. She's a go-getter. She got kids. She's a 5-pointer. I know for a fact that a 5-pointer eats exactly what we have to offer, which is basically making sure that, she's able to go ahead and become financially free and have freedom for her family. So I went ahead, I followed up with her, you guys, and you know what? She went ahead and said, you know what, I'm ready. So just know that every time, when you think about someone says no to you, doesn't mean like they're never gonna, go ahead and join you. Follow up with them because things do change. And when COVID hit, that was it for me. I went ahead, I hit her up again, and she said, okay, I'm ready. Right. And also on top of that, she saw me winning too, She saw me go to the Bahamas for free, top 5 in the entire company as a new license category, So just know that you have to win, you have to show your people out there. Sometimes they're not, believers just yet. But you have to make sure that you're posting, that you're winning and because I'm telling you right now, I've worked my butt off for years and I've never got anything for it. Not a gift, not a trip, not an iPad, not an Apple Pen, none of that was ever given to me. Not even a pat in the back. It was like, okay, it's just Ari, she's a hard worker. I'll see you tomorrow, right? So just know that here in this amazing company, not only do yes, we do work, right? We put in work and the ones that, of course are serious here, put in that work, put in that grind. But guess what? Primerica is able to go ahead and they cash out on us, you guys. I just won a company trip to Hawaii. Guys, Hawaii been on my bucket list for years. I've been wanting to go to Hawaii, right? So guess what? You know what's better than going to Hawaii? Not having to pay for it. So it's free. It's for me, you guys. So I'm excited because the next trip I will have 10 couples coming with me, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and have you guys follow me on IG real quick, guys. Make sure you guys are tagging also Amanda. Hers is all things Amanda. Tag her, tag me. Post to train you guys. That way we can go ahead and show people, you guys, on your social media that you're part of something that's amazing. Like you're here getting mentored and getting trainings every single morning, you guys. People are looking to be able to get to the next level, to learn new skills. So just make sure you guys are posting, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. So, one thing my coach want me to go over, you guys, is making sure that licensing is key, right? Licensing, I call myself the code queen, right? Because I'm like, man, listen, I'll tell you right now, I am gonna have triple digit codes, okay, licenses before I become a regional vice president. So that way,
What?
you can
Relax.
go ahead, just mute yourself, please.
Relax.
Mute yourself. So with that being said, of course, the goal is that, the more licenses, the more money you're gonna make, right? So I wanna go ahead and show you guys really quick is the recruit tracker. So when you get into when you go on your, on your Primerica app, you guys, as soon as you open it up, that's the first page you're gonna see, is gonna say recruit tracker, okay? So you're gonna go ahead and press on that, guys. It's crazy that our company invests millions of dollars into this app. You guys only pay $25 for it. And in this app, it makes life easier for us, right? Do you know that in other businesses, you gotta pay for softwares, you gotta pay for CRMs. There are thousands of dollars that you have to invest to make your life easier in business, okay? And in Primerica, I love them because they're making everything more simple, more easy to be able to go ahead and manage. So that way you can go ahead and make sure that your team, is, of course, is getting the best results, okay? So, right there, go ahead to track new recruits, okay? So when you go on that recruit tracker, you're gonna see a bunch of names, guys. I just screenshot this yesterday. So this is, a couple of people that we're training right now. So look right there, everybody here is registered. Guys, if you have people that are not registered, inactive, give them a call. Because sometimes they'll be like, okay, I'm ready for the money to drop. I'm like, we just told you that money gonna drop the next day. But guess what? They might be still interested. So you wanna make sure you're going through your recruit tracker and finding out what's going on. So for example, here I have someone, okay, online for 0 minutes. And the reason why even if they're registered for class, you guys, I still have them go ahead and join online as well. Because sometimes the class, like I have one of my girls, her class is into the 9th. So yes, I'm gonna rewrite into district. Yes, she's about to go ahead and get her district leader contract. Yes, she's only 3 recruits away, right? But guess what? I wanna make sure, when she goes to class on the 9th, she goes for those 3 days, and the next day she's ready to test because she already did the course online as well. She's getting familiar with the material. So when she goes to the in-person class, you guys, it's like a review for her, right? So you wanna make sure you have a sense of urgency, getting your people licensed ASAP, because if you have no license, you won't make any money. Does it make sense to not, to not get licensed here? Remember, and when you first come on board, you guys, the first only 2 jobs you have, and I see a lot of new faces here. Look, the only 2 jobs you guys have, you guys, is number 1, setting up a bunch of appointments so you can get really good, right, and get trained properly. But number 2, getting your license. So if your class starts next week, what are you waiting for? Start online, get familiar with the material. See, and guys, if you're in Florida, you guys have only 6 chapters. So we've been going to school all our lives since we were like, in kindergarten, right? Like for years and decades, we've been going to school, right? And we were forced to go to school. And most of the time we go to school and then we go to college, then we drop out. And we don't even, have a degree or career, anything to show for it. I mean, we learn, of course, how to read, write, things like that. But, do you like, what's it called? Pen test? Do you use that still right now? When you learn in school? No, okay. I don't, forensic science, I had a class like that. It was awesome, but like, like things like that, you guys you don't even use. So look, we're telling you to sacrifice, okay? 3 days out of your entire life. 3 days. Not 4 years, not 2 years, 3 days in your entire life to be able to go ahead and get licensed and have the best success in Primerica. You guys, this license is just a vehicle to print out money fast, because when anyone comes on board, you guys, most of the time, it's not a work ethic issue. We already know how to work hard. We already know how to grind, you guys. When I came on board in Primerica, I was already a beast. I was already working 2, 3 gigs, you guys. When I was in New York, I used to go to work at the airport, at JFK Airport, from, I used to actually clock in like at 7, 8 a.m. And then I would go ahead and I would come out of work. And guess what? I would go to, at the nighttime, I'll have to go, go ahead and do work at a lounge, bartending, doing bottle service, doing that, doing this. So I was like constantly working, you guys. And on top of that, I also had a little, slushy, business. You guys ever been to New York, those Nemos, those, Henny Coladas, right? I remember, like, I've always been a hustler. Let me go buy 3 machines. I'm a because I make really good drinks. I've been bartending all my life. So I'm like, let me get some drinks. People are always asking me, to make some drinks for them. I remember also, like, when I would be, especially in the holidays, you guys, I used to sell sangrias. Like, I used to have pictures and pictures and pictures of sangrias, you guys. And I've always grinded because I knew that money gives you more options in life, right? So I know you guys are, tired of your mom complaining, all right, about her back hurts, that she don't want to go to work. She's miserable going to work. About, maybe your niece or nephew or your siblings want to go to college and they want to go to a private college, but they don't have the funds for it. You guys, this license will fix it, okay? This license will be able to go ahead and print out that money fast, so that way you can be the solution to your family, right? I'm telling you, 99.9% of the problems that anyone has, money most of the time can solve it, okay? So with that being said, you guys just know that this license is serious, and not only for yourself, but when you bring somebody on board, yes, you want to get the credit for it. Yes, it looks great in the scoreboard, but don't be an IBA collector. Making sure that your recruit tracker is your best friend and you are the licensing specialist. Not, oh yeah, call this or call this person, call regional licensing. No, you call it and see what's going on, okay? And make sure that you're on top of your game and you're on top of your business, okay? Because if you're their leader, as soon as you become a district leader, you are leading people. You have 3 recruits under you. So you have to know how to lead and making sure that you're getting them licensed ASAP. So as you can see, I just screenshot this last night. Register, online, register, going to class attendance confirmed. You see, so they're confirming. And guess what? If I see that they're not confirming, you know who's gonna give them a call? I am. I'm gonna be like, hey, you have class. If you confirm that you get a text message from them, I'm on top of it. Because what you focus on grows, okay? So you want to make sure you focus on licensing, because licensing is what's going to give you the freedom, okay? You can do 30,000 personal, 40,000 personal, but God forbid you get sick. If you can't perform and you don't have licenses on your team, you're done, right? So just know that here, the focus that make sure that who is registered, that's the question. you want to ask yourself, okay? So who's registered, who's online, who's, so actually right after this call, I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna look at, okay, who's on track, who didn't get on last night, who's about to finish, and I'm gonna check on their bonuses too. So you wanna make sure you're focused, because in this business, yes, of course, let's just say the next, promotion you're going for is regional, right, John? Regional? Okay, so don't even focus on you becoming a regional. You focus on teammates becoming division, districts, and getting a competent and becoming an independent producer and licensed. Organically, you're gonna get regional. You follow me? So just know that right here, Recruit Tracker is gonna be your best friend, you guys, okay? So with that being said, licensing specialist, guys, become a licensing one of our coaches. So are my coaches, Edward and Gabby Fernandez, you guys. I have one of the amazing coaches, and yeah, they have amazing mentors. Besides, of course, Toga, which amazing mentors that they mentor him, right? One thing that, Diana Macia said, and he got us with these exclusive calls with them because they are licensing. She said, look, you want to make sure that you are the licensing specialist. So, guys, I actually had a team that I went ahead and recruited in Alaska. Okay, Alaska. You think I knew what Alaska regulations and licensing and what kind of hours they had to do? I didn't know any of that. But you know what I did? I made that phone call and I became a licensing specialist for Alaska now. If you ask me exactly what Alaska got to do, I'll tell you right now. So just know that if you're recruiting anyone in Alaska, got the license too. I got license in Alaska too, okay? Make sure you want to go ahead, of course, I'm not even while filtering them, right? But on top of that, you guys, you gotta know if you are, recruiting a lot in Texas, do you know how many hours gotta get done in Texas? Do you know 4 hours? Okay, there you go. Do you know do you have Texas ROC number saved stored in your phone? Right? So do you know exactly what they gotta do? Do they have the option to go online? Do they have the option to, get on Zoom? Do they have the option to, just go ahead and go in person? Right? So just know that we just got someone on our team, licensed in OKC, right? Oklahoma City, right? You guys, OKC, 2 days on Zoom. He got licensed in the next 2 days, right? So it's fast. But guess what? Now I know everything that I do in OKC because now we want to go ahead and make sure that you become a licensing specialist and you get really good because these licenses is what's going to print out that money fast and they'll be able to give you financial freedom. All right. So look right here, you guys, when you go on the Recruit Tracker and you click on, let's just say, this person, I clicked on her name. And I'm like, okay, let's see what's going on. So she's been here for 5 days, okay? And I saw that she hasn't been moving. So 5 days hasn't been moving. I've been busy. But you know what? I'm going to go ahead. So you press the call right there, the phone. It's going to have her phone number. So even if you're busy, you're getting massive results, massive recruits, right? What happens is that sometimes you gotta be, okay, look, let me give them a call. Let's see if they're still interested. Hey, are you on track? Hey, I see you got logged in. You only got 1 chapter done. Hey, look, make sure we gotta get this done by this. I give them, dates, give them, give them standards, let them know what we gotta do to get the license ASAP. So, also guys, if they say, you know what, I changed my mind. I got busy, life happened, and a lot of people come on board, you guys, and it's supposed to quit, right? People come on board, a lot of people quit everything, right? So just know that, staying, of course, relentless, making sure that you're, determined, of course, making sure that you're, you have discipline, you guys, is not easy, okay? So just know that, if she told me today, Ari, I changed my mind, or hey, I got busy, or life happened. What I'm gonna do is, okay, I'm gonna click on the interested, click on that. It's gonna say not interested. Now she's out of my Recruit Tracker, and I'm not focused on her. I'm focused on the ones that are here. So that way you don't get confused thinking you have all these people, and you really don't. Because you already know if you recruit 10, right? 10 agents on board, you already know half of them gonna quit in the next 24 to 48 hours. So you got really 4 people. But you feel like you're so busy and you got so many people on your Recruit Tracker, but you really don't. You got people that are just, those are like, just spaces, okay? You gotta make sure, not interested, okay? And focus on the ones that are here because those are the winners that wanna go after it. So you wanna make sure when you click on their name, you guys, you have these options. There's their phone numbers, that's their not interested, right? Find out what's going on with them, okay? Now, you wanna make sure, of course, becoming a licensing specialist, like I was telling you, right? Like, I just put, Don to the test, I just asked him, right? Texas, how many hours right away, he said 4, right? That's how I know you're a winner, because you know exactly what you gotta do. But let's just say you have no idea, and you are recruiting, and you're bringing people on board, and you wanna get them licensed, you guys. If you just go on Primerica, there's a tab right here where it says life licensing. So when you click on that tab, you guys, you go ahead, it's gonna have 2 little boxes right there. And those 2 boxes, the left one is life licensing. I'm sorry, the left one is the licenses, and the other one is pre-licensing education. So what I would do right away is, okay, if I recruit someone in New York, let me go on the left box first, okay? Go ahead and put New York, and when New York comes up, it's gonna show me exactly what they gotta do. If they gotta get fingerprinted, how many hours do they need? The regional licensing number for New York, everything is there. It has literally step 1, step 2, step 3. I'm telling you, Primerica dumbs it down so much for us, you guys, that we're able to go ahead. Anyone brand new can just read it and know exactly what they gotta do. And what happens is that the more you recruit, the more practice you will get. You'll start getting better and better and better. So any of my girls call me right now and say, hey, I don't know what's going on, and I don't even have to go on. I kind of already know what's going on by what they're asking me. Hey, I was trying to get fingerprints in New York. I don't know why I don't see the code. New York doesn't need any fingerprints, right? So you gotta know, I know those answers because of course it's from doing things repetitive over and over and over again. So just know, you guys, of course, the licensing tab is amazing. It tells you every single step you have to do, okay? And then on the right tab, you guys, is pre-licensing education. So that right there shows you, what online classes they have. I mean, what online class, what in-person classes they have, what location. You put their zip code. What's the nearest one by them, guys? The first option you want to give anyone is the in-person. Okay. Now the second one is online only if they really can't make it because they're schedule super busy. Maybe they're a mom, they're maybe single, they got no help, things like that. Or they got school, they got all this stuff. Just honestly, I didn't have a choice, okay? Because when I came on board, there was no COVID, okay? So during COVID, you guys, they left me to this online option, okay? Before COVID, you guys, Leighton told me, hey Ari, I understand you work those 2 jobs, but you gotta take off those 4 days. You have to take off those 4 days. He didn't ask me, he told me. And I was like, oh my God, they're gonna be so upset, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, they're gonna be so mad at me. You know why? Because I already know I'm one of their top servers, one of the top bartenders. They're always counting me because they know I'm gonna show up, right? So I was like, and it's the weekend. I'm like, you know how much money I'm gonna be making on the weekend at that restaurant? Make like $500 a night, and maybe if I get a big party, I probably make 1,000. So I'm just like, man, like I was like thinking about the pennies and all the stuff that I was gonna be able to miss out on, you guys. But this license, what I would have made that whole entire night, all that entire shift, leaving after my feet are burning up, back is on fire, right? And under a lot of stress. Guys, in 1 hour, this license printed, 1 hour after you get trained and your license here, you guys, it prints out exactly what I would have done those 4 or 6 hours. So I knew that everything that I've done in my entire life got me to exactly where I was at. So for you to be able to get to the next level, make more money, level up, boss up, buy whatever you want to buy, new car, new crib, whatever the case may be, just know you have to learn something new and make some changes in your life. So I knew that, okay, if it was up to me, I would be like, nah, I can't go to that. I can't miss out on that money. I gotta make that money on that weekend. And they're gonna be pissed at me. And they're probably gonna make me, get the worst section when I come back, right? Because that's how they are, right? But I told myself, you know what? Let me make this small sacrifice to be able to change my life, because I don't like how my life is right now. I don't like working 16, 19 hours out the day, taking cat naps, working, 2 jobs. And I was like miserable, you guys. So I was like, let me just take these 4 days. They're gonna be pissed. All right, it's okay. I'm gonna just do this for my future, okay? So I went ahead, I asked for the floor, of course, they gave me, and they gave me help. Actually, the restaurant, told me no, that I had to find a cover up, so I had someone to cover my shift. So now I'm over here calling people, hey, you know, you want this, and people that are people, they don't, they don't really care to like really work, right? So I had to really call up the people that like money and have kids, right? So the first people I started calling was, okay, I know Kelly got kids, she wants to go ahead and pick up the shift. Okay, who do I see that's on the shift? So I had to literally make a sacrifice and do what I had to do to go to class. So I knew that those 4 days in class would change my life. So I did whatever it took to get there. Let's just say if worst case scenario, you don't have a ride, you can't get there, anything like that, guys, you gotta make sure that you know the online system so you can help us. So just know that if any person class, if you can take off from work, make that sacrifice. I know you're thinking about the $100 or 200, whatever you could be making on that shift, but just know that once you get licensed, there's so much more out there. Now, I work about $800 an hour. So you think I'm gonna be like, oh no, I'm like, man, if I do that, I'm like, listen, I'm done, I'm out, right? So just know that you are, making this small sacrifice to be able to go ahead and get that license, and that license will be a vehicle to get to your goals and dreams faster. Okay, so become a licensing specialist. I'm gonna give you guys right here. I got this from online. Okay, there's a 5-day success guide to being online. So if anyone is online, so remember the first option they have is of course in person. But the worst case scenario they have to do online. Like one of my girls right now, she's doing online and she's going in person. So the class is on the 9th. So I'm gonna make sure, listen, let me go ahead and get her to start learning the material. Well, guess what? When you're online, you guys, you have a 5-day success guide right here. It literally tells you step by step everything you have to do. So it has day 1, day 2, day 3. And you guys, you know how you're gonna be on top of it? By going on Recruit Tracker and see if they're doing it, right? It literally took, so even if they, oh yeah, I've been studying and studying. Oh, really? You've been studying one? Yeah. Where are you signing into? Because here it says you only have to 2 minutes. Let me help you. Hey, join a Zoom call. Maybe they forgot, or maybe they're embarrassed to ask you, hey, I forgot how to log in. I don't know I don't know the website. So just help them. So you want to make sure, look, this is the 5-day success right here. And once the 5 days is up, you guys, they have you can go ahead and schedule your exam, because now you have a voucher for them. That voucher, they finish the course, and that voucher is going to pay for the license exam. So just know that on top of this, you guys, not only do I give them this 5-day success guide to be able to get licensed fast, you guys, because you want to make money fast and not slow. If you do it slow, it's not fun. Yeah. You know how much fun I had coming on board. That was 8 days in the company, already on track to winning a company trip, that I was making money. I made $4,300 my first month. Guys, before you guys, right now on your bonus, you guys maximize that bonus. The bonus that Primerica is giving you guys right now is insane, okay? Some people actually came on board. I know when my coach came on board, he didn't have a bonus, right? When I came on board, you guys, every 1 by 1,000 was $100, okay? So I made $800 in my training bonus. That means I did 8 recruits by 8,000 in premium just in my training. So now you guys, you do 8 by 8 now, you're about to triple it. You're about to make 3,000 instead of 800. So just make sure you guys not only are, yes, you're focused on getting licensed, but you're focused on making sure that you're allowing your trainer to field train you, and you're booking a bunch of appointments that put us in front of a bunch of people, you guys, in front of your family, our friends, our loved ones. Guys, half of the staff in Lobster Bar where I used to work at, in East Las Olas, they're my clients to this day. And they refer me people. Someone actually, one of the cooks just hit me up and told me that his brother won a policy. I'm gonna spell him today. Just know that you guys, you talk to everybody, because you just never know, especially if you're working at certain jobs, they don't even have benefits. At the restaurant that, I used to work at, there was no benefits, so I knew for a fact that I can help them out, right? So just know that, look, these, yes, get licensed, but make sure you also are field training and doing appointments, because what is the number one thing is that when you learn, when I started to learn how to drive, my dad, he was shook, right? It was like, he was, he's teaching me, right? I was driving, but I had to learn before I get my license. What if I went to the DMV, didn't even know how to drive? And, they would have given me a license, I could have killed someone, right?
Yeah.
So here, you get licensed, and yes, you're gonna get trained, but while you're getting trained, guys, you're learning what to do with your license. So now you're not out there not knowing what to do. You're like a deer in the headlights, right? We want to make sure that we're getting you trained properly and getting you licensed ASAP, okay? So guys, go ahead and screenshot the 5-day success guide. I'm telling you, I'm always on top of any of my teammates and say, okay, if you're doing online, I'm gonna be on you, okay? Day 2, where you at? Day 3, where you at, okay? So make sure you're on top of your team, you guys, okay? So the next thing I want to go over, guys, is making sure that, so we have a free tutor on Zoom, guys. So even, one of my girls, they're gonna start at the 9th, her class at the 9th, so from Lauderdale. You guys, I told her, I said, okay, it's in the 9th, is a little bit far away, but you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna have you go online, but guess what? There's a tutor I'm gonna have you plug in, especially if you're not working. Guys, there's a tutor Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. And then there's another session at night from 6 to 10 p.m. So, I work in the morning, well, that's okay. We have a night one. All work at night. All good. We got a morning one, right? So there's, we have a free tutor, you guys. These are the tutors that, not anyone can just come here and, help with licensing, you guys. The tutors here, any instructor here, you guys, they have to be in Primerica for at least 10 years, okay? They pay these instructors 6 figures, not a dime is coming out of our pocket, right? You know why? Because they have a 94% passing ratio. So just know that by plugging in and making sure that your team is on the free tutor sessions, let me say, maybe they didn't pass the first time. Who cares? You get on with the tutor and you get back online and you go get it done. I took this exam 3 times, at first, of course, I was bummed about it because I was, not sleeping on my breaks. I was literally at the airport, like sitting down, reading the book. People were like, what are you doing? What are you doing? I'm like, what's the guy here? Right? So just know that while you're on lunch break, while you're, at nighttime, whatever the case may be, you guys, just make sure you're focused on, getting that license and making sure, listen, I didn't have this tutor right here. That's amazing. So just know that you got to know this information, you guys, so you can make sure your team gets licensed ASAP. So they're online, they're on Zoom, and they're going through the chapters 1 to 2, 3 to 4, 5 to 6, you guys. And boom, now their first week, they're licensed, and they got $1,000, $2,000 training bonus because they're putting you in front of a bunch of people. Okay, so you have a free tutor. And remember why I said it was free. It's for me, right? So just know it's free tutor, you guys. Primerica is just amazing, you guys. Okay, now guys, those who have the most licenses wins. Okay, why do you think, right? That I'm host and in Miami. Why do you think they're at $5 million in income? You want to guess how many licenses they have? Yeah, $4,000 or $5,000.
Well, 5,000 per person.
5,000 per person. Okay, 5,000 licenses, and they're making $5 million a year, you guys. So the licenses equals money, equals income. Okay, so why do you think I'm focused on triple digiting licensing, right? Before I become a vice president. Because when I go VP, guess what? The first 6 months, I'm gonna get my ring knocked out, right? And then of course, in the first 18 months, I'm gonna have ownership. Because I know for a fact ownership is $300,000 in income on a yearly basis. What do I have to do? Well, guess what? We have a strategy, okay? Success is 5%. Strategy. Success is 5% strategy. Okay, 95% mindset. So if you have a strategy here and you just follow it, 95% mindset is, can you make that money? Do you believe that you can? Do you believe, John, that you can go ahead and make $1 million a year in here? Yeah. Okay, so what you gonna do? 1,000 licenses, right? So it's all mindset. If you believe that you can make $500,000, $300,000, $100,000, $1 million, you guys, well, this is right here the strategy. 100 licenses, 300 licenses to make 300K a year, 500 licenses for $500,000, okay? No wonder we're on track to cross over the $500,000, right? So as a legacy team about to cross over $500,000, why? Because we have 400, how many licenses we have now, Coach? 400? 427 licenses, right? So when you're, frustrated or, oh my God, like this person, they keep beating us, this, that, well, you're outnumbered. That's why we're beating you, You're outnumbered, so you want to make sure you guys are focusing how many licenses do you guys have in your team and focus on getting more individuals licenses so that way you can make that same income or more, right? So just know that here, 1,000 licenses. So we're gonna go ahead, we have to legacy hierarchy, we have to crank up the licenses, you guys, right? And every time you set up a goal, you guys have a licensing goal. Okay, because we crank up those licenses, we're gonna walk conventions $1 million team, all right? So just know that we have to focus on 1,000 licenses. Out of those 1,000 licenses, right? Alan Lewis, how much you're gonna get. I know how much I'm gonna get. I know how much Lane's gonna get. And so we have to all play team and know how many licenses we're gonna get so we can cross that income and be the youngest $1 million team in our company, right? So just know that strategy is everything, you guys. Those are the numbers, okay? Focus on licensing, and you're gonna make sure that also focus on having your mindset set that, listen, you can make 6 figures here. You can make a bunch of money here, okay? Now, guys, what you focus on grows. You ever notice that if you focus on negativity, you attract more negativity? If you focus on what's going on, and that's not the best things are going on, more things happen to you. And it's not because, oh my God, it's just a coincidence. Oh my God, I'm just having a bad month. No, it's because you're focused on it, right? So you have to make sure, you make your mind, you have to pivot and make sure you're making sure that you're going ahead and you're following the system and you're also being positive, right? Have a licensing meeting with your team once a week, you guys, right? So I know Legacy, we do our licensing, meetings, once a week on Wednesdays at 11 a.m. It's on the calendar. Nothing can come up because something's already up. We got licensing, right? We gotta know what's going on, who we getting licensed this month, who's on track, who's not on track, who we gotta make, who we gotta call, okay? And know your licensing, goal for the month, you guys. So you have a licensing goal. So yes, okay, so this month, one of the goals I said, okay, we go ahead, we have my goal for our team is 50 by 30,000, and we're gonna push for 20 codes. Because if we push for 20 codes, you guys, we land on 10, are we bad? No, it's still good. Right? So you want to make sure you're shooting for the stars so you can land on the clouds, right? So you're making sure you have a goal for licensing because just field training and just getting people on board is great. You're gonna make money, great. But are you gonna free yourself? Are you gonna be stuck to your pen? Are you gonna be the only producer? Because guys, I've been here for 4 years. People do get burnt out. Okay, people do get tired. A lot of people don't have the endurance to keep going and going and going. But what's gonna help you? Getting more licenses, okay? So making sure that you have a licensing meeting at least once a week. So if you don't have a licensing meeting once a week, and no matter, you don't have to wait for your vice president or your broker to do it or initiate it, you do it. You're a leader. You're a district leader, division leader, regional leader. You're supposed to have licensing meeting at least once a week. So don't depend on your broker or your vice president to be, doing these meetings for you guys. Okay, they have a lot of things they're doing. They already paid. We already come in this office. Don't pay a dime to be in here. Okay, we got Wi-Fi, we got AC, we got a beautiful environment. So you go ahead and set up the licensing, of course, meeting. Okay, take ownership in your business. Now, knowing your licensing goal for the month, and then also licensing 20% of your team. So, when you go ahead and get 50 recruits, you want to go ahead and say, okay, 50 recruits, 20%, yeah, that's 20%, 20%, 20%. So make sure that you go ahead and have that goal, okay? And guys, without goals, you will go nowhere, right? If you're at the gym and you're like, okay, I'm just going to the gym, I'm just going to show up, I'm going to do a little bit of the treadmill. This is not, I already know how many pounds I want to lose before a certain date. So now I'm doing the work behind it to get there. Right? You gotta know if you want to go and get to regional this month, right? What you gotta do?
I'm at 10 promoted division.
Exactly. So you gotta know what your goal is and what you gotta do. If you don't know a goal, if you don't know your goal, you're just literally working and you have no direction, you don't know what's going to happen, right? And you want to make sure that, you're predictable, right? Every single month, I know our coach can depend on us, to make sure that we're getting licenses, we're, recruiting, we're doing premium, right? That we're out there, of course, and helping everybody out, you guys. So you want to make sure that you have goals, okay? Every single month. And when you do your emergency meeting, you guys, with your team, I don't care if 2 people log on. Because if 2 people log on, I guarantee you next month will be 10, and then 20, and then 30, and then 40, you guys. So just know that, we didn't start off here with 40 people, in person. First start off with 1, then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So just know that it don't matter if you have 2 people, you still get on and you still show out. You still give them your all. You still should go over the goal. You go to where, hey, this is where we at, JJ. Look, right now, our goal is 50 by 30,000. Guys, right now, we're at, let's just say 30 by, 17,000. We have this much left to do. Now, I know you're going to hit your promotion this month. So look, if you go ahead and do your 6 by 6,000 that you have left to do, it's going to add to this. So now if you do this, if you do that, if you get promoted, hey, Jessica, if you get your division, your promotion this month, Jessica Q, if you go ahead and go district, right? If you go ahead and do what you got to do, you guys, it would literally go ahead and we'll blow past our goal. But if they don't know what's the goal, they're just working and thinking, okay, yeah, I'm working, I'm doing this, but they don't have no appointments. They don't know what they got to do to get promoted. They don't know how much you're going to get paid in their bonus. So just know that you have to make sure that, you're giving your all and you're making sure they have the goals. They have emergency meetings with your team. One thing that, my coach, I'm so grateful for them because, one thing that my coach, Edwin Gabby told me is like, you got to make sure, look, a lot of your people already, they're not local, right? They're, an hour, 2 hours away. You got to make sure you're getting off of Zoom calls and you're talking to them more and more and more, right? So these emergency meetings, you guys, help, show the true players. So even if 9 show up, don't worry about the texting the 12, the 13, 15 that didn't show up. Focus on the ones that showed up because those are the winners. Those are the ones that want to go after it. Those are the ones you're going to focus on. The ones that are going to go ahead and, go to the top with you, okay? Those are the ones that show up are the ones that want it, okay? And also, when you put an emergency meeting, tell them to hop on. Do you think that my coach has to tell me to come to the office every morning? No, right? I'm here at 8 a.m. What am I doing? Do you tell me he's making sure that I'm studying? No, I know I gotta study. I know what I gotta do, right? So just know that if you're a team player, you already know that your coach already predicts that she's gonna be here. No matter what's going on, you're still dressed well. You're still coming here smelling good. You make sure that you have a positive attitude because energy is contagious, you guys. So if you want to go ahead and focus and making sure you have a huge team, you want positive people, hardworking people, you want to go ahead and make sure you have that, well, you got to be that. So you're going to attract that, right? So just know that, no one in my team has ever came in here looking crazy, smelling bad, because I don't do that. I don't care what kind of day I'm having. When I walk in these doors, I'm having a great day. I'm doing unbelievable, okay? No one could ever tell what you're going through, right? So just know, listen, decide what kind of life you actually want. And then say no to everything that isn't that, right? So, one of the things that, our coach has done is that our coach, I'm so grateful for him, Edward, because he goes ahead and he sends us a video in the morning. Guys, that video was so fire. I listened to it 2-3 times, right? JJ and I was listening to it in the car too, on our way. And I'm like, man, it was so good. But it's so true. So you know what? One thing I'm gonna put out there is that, whatever, if you feel like if someone calls you up right now and asks you to do them a favor, if they gotta, hey, can you do me a favor? Can you go to the grocery store for me right now? What you're gonna tell them right now? No, right? Because what you're doing right now, you're in training, right? Exactly. So nothing can come up to something's already up. And this is your future. This is your success. This is your, how you're gonna become financially free. This is how you're gonna be able to free your mom, free your dad. Guys, if we don't become financially free, our parents will be working till they die. Okay? And so I just want to, I'd say one thing I'm sticking to this year is I'm married to discipline. Okay? So, going to the gym is not easy. Are you in pain the next day? Absolutely. Right? But the pain is just weakness leaving your body. Right? Mm-hmm. So just know that everything that's not going to either make me money or make me healthier, it's a no. Okay, so just know, you guys, I'm super excited. So everything that literally is not gonna be, the kind of life that you want to live, it's not gonna be, towards that. It's not gonna add to it. Just say no. Get somebody else to do it. Okay. So then with that being said, you guys, I want to go ahead and end it. So you guys, I'm super proud of you guys for showing up this morning. Everybody looks amazing here. It smells amazing in here. Listen, guys, let me remind you guys, it's tomorrow at midnight. So put it all on the floor. Call everybody, call up with everybody, guys. This is where the true players come out and making sure that as a team we hit our goals, you guys, okay?
Oh.
So I have somebody in my Zoom already waiting because I'm on top of it. I want to make sure I got my girls, paid. I got my girls, of course, promoting you guys. So give it all you got, do what you gotta do, okay? And just know that I'm super proud to be your team, man. Super proud to be, of course, in front of you guys. I'm so grateful for our coaches to allow Amanda and I to go ahead and kill it and train today. So you guys know who we are.